crazy. But hello friends, welcome to Summerween day 1 for me. It did start on Friday, but today's Monday. As you know, I work like 60 hours, so I didn't have time to do that this weekend, but I'm gonna start that today. I'm very excited. I have a TBR. But first things first, I was literally almost out of toilet paper, so I had to go to Dollar Tree and restock some of the household essentials. I need to get water filters and a new scrub mommy, but that's a problem for later me. Priority was toilet paper. And thank God my meeting ended like 45 minutes early, so I could have time to both get toilet paper and eat lunch. So that's what we're gonna do today. And then we're gonna start reading because today I don't work both jobs. I just work the one, so my day ends at about 4 o'clock today, which means we'll have lots of time for reading. But for now, I'm going home.
It is 6 p.m. The same day, thankfully. And if you're like, Char, what the fuck happened between 4 and 6? Well, the answer is I overslept this morning and then I pushed my workout till after work. So then I was working out and then I took a shower, but she's clean. Skincare routine is done. And now she has to cook dinner. Do I want to? No, I really don't. And you can see my house is a mess, but I do have toilet paper. The Christmas tree is still up. The Christmas decorations are still up. What's today? January 13th. Anyway, besties, I'm gonna make a stir fry. And we're gonna use a giant pan because this stir fry will also be lunch tomorrow. So I'm going to do that. And while I do that, and hopefully don't burn my hand because I'm bleeding on the stove, I wanna tell you that we're going to start off Winterween. I think I said Summerween earlier. It's Winterween. And I'm gonna start with my roommate is a vampire. The prompt is to read a horror like manga or novella or like audiobook, but I'm gonna change that to read an audiobook. The audiobook we're doing is My Roommate is a Vampire. I'm already like 50% of the way through that. However, I'm going to continue to listen to that while I edit a video and dinner cooks. So I'll see you once I've finished editing that video so I can give you all of my thoughts and the full summary of this book. But for now, it's time to make dinner. And yes, I'm very proud of myself for going to the gym and doing my Monday routine, even though I didn't fucking want to. And even though I missed it this morning, I said it's happening today, but it's time to cook. Officially, it is just after 9 a.m. I don't have very many reading updates for you because I'm still slowly working my way through I Married. Wow, that's not the name of it. My Roommate is a Vampire. It's fine so far. I feel like I'm getting to the point where I'm like, all right, we need to have some story progression, but I just want to update you because I feel like I want my vlogs to be a good mix of lifestyle and like reading content. And it is officially the end of my second week of work. I did actually wake up at 7 a.m. today, which I have been struggling with for several weeks, but this morning I did it and I did my back routine. So yay me, because while I've been doing my gym routines twice a week, like bare minimum, you all know that I prefer to go like 4 times a week, even 5 times a week. So tomorrow, if I do glute day, then that means I managed to keep up with my routine. But in full transparency, because this year is so busy for me work-wise, I work 7 days a week. I really want to make sure that I'm like reducing my goals or at least cutting them back so that I'm getting messages from my coworkers. I'll respond to them in a minute. At least cutting them back so that I don't feel overwhelmed or like I'm failing. So while I'm very proud of myself for sticking to my routine, and that's a subconscious goal, it's not, well, it is conscious. It's not top priority goal. My only 2 goals for this first quarter of the year when it comes to like my personal life are to do some form of self-care every day. That's very loosely defined. I really don't give a fuck what that is. If that means I wash my face and use moisturizer, self-care. If I took 10 minutes to write in my journal, self-care. If I treated myself to a fun little snack that I really wanted, self-care. if I took a 5-minute break, as I am doing right now, before answering emails. Self-care. And the other thing is to clean every day. Again, notice I didn't put any time limit on that. I didn't say how much I had to clean. I didn't even say I had to finish cleaning. Just clean every day. So an example of that is last night I dropped a bunch of markers on the ground and I was like, you know what? I already cleaned today because yesterday I took down all of the Christmas decorations except for the ones in the bathroom and I vacuumed. So when I dropped those markers, I was like, you know what my cleaning task will be today? Picking up those markers, and that's working really well for me. But I had to answer a couple of emails, reply to my coworker, and then I'm going to make myself a little coffee and get started with my day.
You're welcome. Hello. Drop off the next receipt, please.
Period. Guess who's sitting down and fucking doing her budget? It's January and I'm doing it. I wanted to keep a closer eye on my finances. And as you all know, I have 2 jobs now. And I'm going to be like very transparent and say that I have 2 jobs because I love my second job. I had my part-time job before I have my current full-time job, and that is my favorite part of the week. So I'm in a position of a lot of privilege in that the money that I earn from that job is just excess income for me. My current full-time job meets all of my expenses, but it only just meets all of my expenses. It doesn't cover every single one of them. However, I am feeling really grateful for that, and I was just wanting to say that's what I've been working on in between meetings. Yes, we're in the exact same position. Outside of going to the post office, and I didn't even eat lunch. I had second breakfast at 11 a.m. It's 2 p.m. now. I've just been here at work, like working on stuff on the computer, which I'm feeling very, very grateful and happy to work from home. I'm sorry, Rose, I'm turning my head and it's changing the audio quality. Shar will get her audio life together, apparently, is what I'm going to focus on. But I'm going to work on that. And my major financial goal outside of saving more money and hopefully saving enough money to theoretically buy a house. I say theoretically because I'm not sure what my future plans are. I know I want to move abroad, but when that's going to happen, I don't know. And like every other fucking millennial, I'm like, I don't know what the hell I'm doing and I don't know what I want. However, that's something that I want to work towards. And then I also want to work towards paying off my debts, because I'm going to be really fucking honest with you. I have a lot of goddamn debt. I do. And I want to pay off my credit cards. But we're off to a good start because I did pay off 3 of the credit cards this month. So that is all set. And then I have my major credit cards, like the ones with a lot of fucking debt on them that I want to pay off. So I'm going to focus on that now that I know what like my non-negotiable expenses are. I can really sit down with the thankfully excess money that I have and see what I can do to pay off those debts and what I'm going to prioritize. And honestly, I'm going to prioritize the debts that I have that have a really high interest rate because I'm paying like a lot of money. As a point of reference, from one of my credit cards, I pay about $90 a month in interest, and that's the one I want to get down as soon as possible. But my meeting just started. I realize it's 2 o'clock, so I've got to go back to work. Good morning. I'm going on a hike, but first I need gas. I think you can hear that. As a point of reference, it's 9 a.m. And apparently it's party time, but I have to get going because I'm literally going to be late for my hike with my friends. So I will show you some clips of the hike and I'll see you in a little bit.
did just do a 2-hour hike. You saw some clips of it. It was so much fun. Also, I think that air conditioning is gonna be loud as fuck for you. It was literally so stinking beautiful. Loved it so much. Had such a good time. I'm so glad that we're doing this, but I must now figure out if I have enough time to go home and shower. I have to go straight to work. We'll figure it out.
See, I am in fact home. The lighting is quite strange, but I want to tell you, I had less than 15 minutes to shower, get dressed, do my hair, and get ready to leave the house, and I fucking did it. Now it's time to go to work.
Hello, besties. Welcome to standstill traffic. I know I'm very blown out, and that's because obviously you're sitting on my like dashboard, but I want to tell you and like catch you up. I am almost done with I Married a Vampire. Why do I keep saying that? My roommate is a vampire. Almost done with that. I'm 83% of the way through. And I don't think I'm going to give this more than 3 stars. Yes, there were times where I was like tee-hee giggling. I did laugh out loud many times. I'm okay with their relationship. I really like Frederick. However, I also feel like there's been this subplot going on in the background with Frederick's family and this other vampire family. And that's all I'm going to say as to not spoil it. Where I'm like, I don't really care for this plot point. Actually, I think I would have enjoyed this more had it just been fluff, in the sense that it could just be them getting to know each other and her being like, oh shit, my roommate's a vampire. What I will say is that she's accepting that vampires are real a little bit too easily, and they just had this whole scene where they hooked up for the first time and she's talking about his fangs and like how fucking massive they are, but he has to glamour them as a vampire, and that was just funny. Like, it just made me tee-hee laugh. But yeah, I don't think it's gonna be more than 3 stars. I am gonna finish it. Unfortunately, I have reached the 3rd act conflict, the said issue with the other vampire family, and I'm just like, I don't care. I really don't give a fuck. Why is this character even in my story? It's not my story, but the book that I'm reading. Other catch-ups is, yes, I am doing hiking every single Saturday, or at least we're aiming for every Saturday with this friend, because we just both really enjoy it. And to say hiking in Florida is a lot easier because everything is flat, and also no elevation, so breathing is so much easier. But I've only done 2 very easy hikes, and calling the first one a hike is exaggeration, because it was paved roads through nature. However, that was really great. And then for additional context, like I was saying, the clip, it's the same day. Like, I got home 10 or 15 minutes before I had to leave to work again, and now I'm stuck in standstill traffic, which is going to make me late to work. But to be fair to me, I was supposed to start at 3:30, and then my boss texted me and was like, actually, can you come at 3? And I was like, yeah, sure. Will traffic let me make it by 3? We will have to see. But besties, please wish me luck, because this traffic is so fucking bad that the time just keeps adding to when I'm going to get to work. I'm gonna be late, and I hate being late. I'm almost never late. I'm almost always 25, 20, 15 minutes at like the most, the least, early. That's the situation. But I'm gonna force myself to finish. Was gonna call it Married a Vampire. That's not it. My roommate is a vampire, even though I don't want to listen to this story as conflict. Book ends with they have sex. That's it. But it doesn't. So we shall see how this plays out. But I will tell you, I hope that, wow, it's one of the rare occasions where I remember his name and not hers. I don't fucking know. I hope she doesn't become a vampire. But anyway, we'll see if I was right. And then it's a 3-star read. At this point, I don't see what could happen to make it not a 3-star read. So let's figure it out.
Good morning, friends. Is this actually the car vlog? It very well may be. Welcome to a very rainy Sunday morning. As you can tell, it is time for me to go to work, but I wanted to update you that I did finish My Roommate is a Vampire last night, and as I suspected, I'm giving it 3 stars. All of the elements that I enjoyed, I already discussed with you. However, the ending was not as tense as I was like bracing myself for, and in fact was very silly goofy with how it was resolved. Let's just say it involved TikTok. R.I.P. my true love TikTok. But it was just like stupid. Why would anyone think that was a good idea? Like, just one brain cell would tell you what the flaw with that plan was, which unfortunately shifted the vibes from camp to goofy. And not silly goofy, just goofy. So it was a 3-star read for me. That's totally fine. I'm reading the next book, We Used to Live Here. I'm like at page 100. I'm really enjoying it. It's creepy. However, I feel like I can predict what's going on and what's going to happen. I could be dead wrong, and I hope that I'm dead wrong, but I'm like, something here is not adding up. And I worry that the title may be telling us something about what's actually happening, but I am really enjoying it. Like, I'm just loving the writing style. And I had like this very funny moment where I laughed in the book where Charlie and our protagonist, I forgot her name, Charlie's her girlfriend, they're talking, and they're talking about like the family is not creepy. Charlie doesn't think that they're creepy, but she's like, listen, if it had been me, this wouldn't have happened, because if I was home and they knocked on the door and they say, hey, can we come in? Nope. Close the door, roll end credits. Like, exactly.
Me, if a random ass family asked to come into my house.
I think the fuck not, you trick ass bitch.
I think that's the response most people have. A random ass family comes to your house and say, hey, can I come in? No. If I answer the door at all. So that was like funny. I'm glad the author is aware that that's a ridiculous idea, because most people now absolutely would fucking not. Literally would never. But besties, I'm going to go to work. This is definitely the car vlog, because this is what my week looks like. So I will update you when I finish We Used to Live Here. And as you can tell, it's Sunday now, which means I didn't get this video up on Sunday, and that's like a very important part for me to talk about, because I like yap to the girls, and all of my silly pals know who they are. But this idea of like, how do I do it all? I don't. There's no way that I work 7 days a week and I work 60 hours sometimes a week. Usually I'm working somewhere between 50 to 60 hours a week. There's no way that I could keep up with it all. I have missed uploads. I have a pile of pots and pans in the sink that I have to wash. I have laundry in the dryer that has been sitting there for like 3 days that I have to put away. And all I can do is slowly do things one task at a time. But now I'm going to get to work, and so I will see you later. I look exhausted, but I did finish We Used to Live Here, and it is exactly as I thought. I did predict exactly what was fucking happening. And I have to say, it was fairly obvious to me, but the reason it was obvious to me is because I like watching like scary videos and like scary conspiracy theories because I think they're funny. Like they genuinely make me laugh. So I already knew what conspiracy theory this was. And so when I read it, I was like, okay. The idea of being gaslit so fucking hard is terrifying, but ultimately I'm giving this 3 stars, and if I never see the word Larry again, it will be too fucking soon. However, besties, I'm gonna wrap up this vlog now because it's been like 10 days and it's time to finish it. Welcome to what a week in my life actually looks like in 2025, and I will see you in my next one. No promises as to exactly what day of the week I'm posting that because apparently I'm really fucking struggling with it. But I'll see you next time. Bye, besties.